Hello, and welcome to this series on office psychology. This is designed for smart people who unfortunately have messy work. Today we're going to do something slightly differently. This isn't going to be about formulas, features, and learning new tools today. This is about understanding why office work get messy in the first place, because most of the time it's not a lack of skill. It's the way our brains respond to pressure, decisions and uncertainty. And once you understand that, everything starts to make a lot more sense. Today, we're going to look at the psychology of working in an office, more of the why and less of the how. I feel bad for saying it out loud, but honestly, 9 times out of 10, the tool is not the problem. We often assume that being better at work means learning more tools, more techniques, more systems. But a lot of the time, the issue isn't knowledge, it's our behaviour. It's how we respond when we're busy, when we're overwhelmed, and when we're unsure of what to do next. Our brains are wired to look for the easiest, quickest option most of the time. And those most choices, repeated over time, are what creates messy files, full inboxes, and overcomplicated work. And so this session is about stepping back and understanding those patterns, understanding our deep-rooted why. Because once you can see those behaviours and recognise the feelings, you can start to change them. Let's start with inboxes. If your inbox feels like it's constantly growing, it's easy to assume you just need to be more organised. But what's actually happening here is something called decision fatigue. Every email represents a small decision. Do I reply now, later, or not at all? Do I file this? Do I delete it? Or do I keep it visible in my inbox? Individually, those decisions feel small, but when you've got hundreds of emails, they quickly add up. The key thing to understand here is for all of us, the brain has a limited capacity for decision making. So when that capacity gets overloaded, it starts to avoid decisions altogether. That's why emails get left, when actually they're not that difficult in the first place. It's not laziness, it's cognitive overload. So the goal here isn't to become more organised, it's to reduce the number of decisions that your brain has to make. Let's remove the overload and hence remove the problem. Clean up long email threads so you're not reprocessing the same conversation. Bulk file order emails so that they're out of sight but still accessible. And automate anything repetitive like notifications and meeting updates. You're not fixing your inbox, you're reducing the mental load behind it. On the screen, I've got 3 practical step-by-step guides on how you can actually do that. So what actions to take? Understanding what is going wrong is step 1. Step 2 is taking action so that it doesn't remain a burden forever. I hope you've found today's session helpful. If you take one thing, let it be this. Most of the challenges we face at work aren't technical, they're behavioural. They come from how we respond to pressure, decisions and uncertainty. And the good news is behaviour can be changed. Not all at once and not perfectly, but through small, consistent shifts. And those shifts are what make work feel clearer, calmer and more manageable. You can absolutely do this. Just take the first step. Thanks very much for joining me and have a great day.